What is up? Pokerbrandon here, and in this hand, I played a 2-3 no limit hold'em hand at the Gardens Casino in Hawaiian Gardens, California. It folded all the way to the cutoff, who made it 10, and 7-9 suited I think could just be a fold, but if you feel like you have a skill advantage over your table, go ahead and play your suited gappers first and suited one gappers second. 7-9 suited is a suited one gapper, and I think that if I take position, I can outplay my opponent's post flop. Plus, my VPIP was pretty tight. So, in order to isolate, because I want to play this hand, I should isolate, and in order to isolate, I 3-bet. Now, I've been experimenting with min 3-betting here at 2-3 no limit hold'em tables at the Gardens, and they seem to be doing quite well, unless the players at the table kind of can tell like that's just not a proper size 3-bet, and then they just cold call a lot, or they'll 4-bet properly. So I min 3-bet to 20, hoping to just kick the blinds out of the hand. Now, opponent to my left in the small blind, you could tell he was a thinking player. He was playing properly, 3-betting pre-flop. He kind of knew how to play pre-flop at least. He made the call, and then cutoff didn't 4-bet. He made the call. We went to a 10-6-9 flop, and they both checked to me. Now, this is actually a decent flop for my hand 9-7 suited. It is a pretty bad flop for my range. I think that my opponent to my left in the small blind knows that. He's the thinking player that knows I'm mostly going to have like ace kings, ace queens, overcards here, and maybe some over pairs. And I think that he kind of knew I was kind of smart as well. Like he knew that I was a thinking player as well, and that's going to come into this hand. That's going to affect this hand. So because this board doesn't really hit my range, but it does hit my hand, I feel decent about it. I feel like the small blind could just be calling with any pocket pair, like smaller pocket pairs. Any over pairs, I think he would have already 4-bet pre-flop. And then cutoff, I think he would have 4-bet too if he had over pairs pre-flop as well. So I think both of my opponents have like ace king, ace queen. So now I just want to deny any equity if they have hearts. So I bet $40, and I'm hoping to just get like a call from a draw hand, but small blind jams for 200, and he jammed it really fast. Cutoff folded immediately, and when it goes back to me, I want you to know that I actually snap called here with 9-7 of diamonds. Now you may want to know why, and let me just try to explain. So because I know my opponent in the small blind is a thinking player, and I know that he is going to assume that my range is going to be like ace king, ace queen, I feel like he thinks that I'm just bluffing at this with overcards. And I also feel like he's smart enough to jam with a pocket pair, like pocket 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. Because he thinks that his hand is good against my overcards like ace king, ace queen. I also think he would jam with like any flush draw here. I think there's a lot of combo draws that he could have as well, like queen jack suited or like jack 8 suited. So because I feel like he's the type of player that has a high percentage of bluffing in this spot, I snap call. So I snap called him, and I just figured my 9 is good, and he either has a smaller pocket pair or he has a draw. Now cutoff will show his hand when he folds, and he shows his opponent who said he had 10-8 of diamonds. I was right about the small blind. He jammed with queen jack of hearts, so he had an open-ended flush draw and a straight draw. Turn is a 7 that gives me 2 pair, and then for the river I just have to dodge all hearts, no 8, and no king. And the river card that came was a brick. So My opponent missed, and I ended up winning. And I think it was really interesting how the table around me sort of was shocked to see that I snap called with middle pair. I think they thought it was kind of fishy, actually, because I don't think they understood my thinking process on the hand, which is fine. I don't mind if players think I'm a fish. The only opponent who wasn't too surprised, though, was small blind. He kind of double tapped the table, and he kind of knew that I just put him on exactly the hand that he had, and he was the only one who kind of knew, like, you could tell he understood, like, the logic that I applied for my snap call. Anyway, I'm Pokerbrandon,
Just
and I'm
stay
out.
away from the sick one! Oh no. This is gonna get real bad. Do not eat.